Good afternoon, everybody. Sharon Weller here, live coming to you from Perth, Australia. I just want to say a good afternoon to everyone that's out there, especially those who have joined me for the start of my live broadcast. So welcome, Jules and Tiokatai. I really hope I'm able to last the distance this afternoon. I promise I wasn't going to cough, sneeze, blow my nose, have a drink of water, or use my inhalers while I give my broadcast. But already I have had a drink of water. So today I'm going to talk about the blog and especially the latest post that admin has put out on the blog. They seem to be coming thick and fast at the moment. And I was listening to one of our female top leaders, the Whitefish Lady, and it was really a lovely pleasure listening to her and what she had to say in her live broadcast. Something about Whitefish Lady is she never does a complete 30-minute broadcast. Maximum is 20 minutes, but she fills that time with such powerful information. So it was really, really nice to actually see what she had to talk about today. So my topic today is mainly what's happening in the blog, all the posts that I can actually, for me personally, it's always playing catch up. Because I noticed that with my downtime while I was sick, I'm still trying to catch up to all the live broadcasts that I missed, catch up with all the posts that has come out, even catching up with my own team. So I've actually squared time away for certain things to happen. So instead of doing one at a time, I'll bulk do it. And that seemed to work for that seems to work for me. So I thought we'll have a look at what admin has put up in the post. I know there is a huge two major things that's going on right now, and that's cookies. Everybody is just redeeming their cookie rewards because the last day for redemption is the 15th. In Australia and New Zealand, that is Friday. Everywhere else, that is Saturday. So there's a big push on for that. And the second thing is everybody is pushing to get their send buttons turned on so they can migrate. A big push going on for migration right now. And with the live broadcasters, lucky us, with us, we get extra leads and helping fixing those leads up as well. 99% of those is to do with the send button, so helping them over as well. There is I'm wondering, ladies that is in the chat room, Can you answer this question? Was there a time frame put down for our leads to get their send button on? Was that included in the time frame of the 90 days as well? I know we had 90 days to migrate. But with all the broadcasters, with all us being given leads, yeah, I think it included them as well to, you know, they're inclusive of this 90-day period. We're into 30, 40, about around day 50. So we've got another 40 days before that window of opportunity to migrate is over. I actually have to check that. It was from May 1st to the 30th. Yes, till the end of June, July, and that's the 90 days, then the migration is complete. All those that do not migrate within that 90-day period miss out. So, which is a real shame. Anyway, let's get to the blog. Half my time is up already. Right, so now I'm not going to do the videos. I'm just going to look at the posts. Oh, this one. This is a powerful statement. Those two just there. But the picture of those, what's his name? Kim Jong-un with Donald Trump, and it's on our Billion Coin, our TBC post. When you transfer the picture to your screen, it's powerful. So you wouldn't know, but I still don't know what they meant for. Anyway, they're both on a mission, and hopefully it's for the betterment of mankind. One could only hope. So Trump and Kim Jong-un just now signed an agreement. I don't know what the agreement was. I just know that when they first saw each other, they had a brief meeting by themselves, and then they had to go in with the full, another big long room where Trump's side was on one side and Kim's aides were all on the other side. Okay, they're all videos. Right. Exclusive leads blanketing the entire TV community. Ooh. Okay. The broadcaster leads have already been a major hit for the broadcasters. Reports have increased cash flow are pouring in as a result of working these leads. Broadcasters should note that the leads they get are exclusive. For the most part, they are the only ones to get the names and contact info of the members they are assigned as leads. That's a big responsibility. If a lead does not get contracted by the assigned broadcaster, then they may remain unaware that the time is short to migrate. There we go. Now, and lose all of their coins in the old wallet. Admin has done their part with a full 1 year notice on the website and blog posts that we will migrate, and those that didn't migrate will lose their coins. Unfortunately, that's how it goes. Use it or lose it. The LEADS program is the last effect to notify all. Frankly, the principle of personal responsibility applies here, and each member should care for their own accounts and not require others to babysit them. But out of love, our broadcasters are reaching out to them through the leads they get. And I tell you what, my lot instantly came back. I'm not quite sure. They didn't actually say that it had to do with the TBC, but a couple of them said that they were thinking of their future. So maybe they always, kept this idea about TBC in the back of their mind. And when it comes for retirement, maybe they were looking at that. Broadcasters need to know that we are using a blanket approach and all verified members are leads. Even the great leaders and extremely active are leads too. We don't want to make any assumptions on how to filter out the active members because many would fail. No, many would fall into those cracks and not be contacted because our database filter would catch some that are actually unaware and only seem to be active now when they are not. So we are using the blanket approach to make sure all gets informed. So you can see what admin's done there is notified everybody. I did prepare all of you for this blanket approach with this article. Now, I can even say that somebody has even gotten my name. And I know another member got my husband's name, even though he migrated. And that's fine. At least we know that admin is this blanket approach to the wall. So that was exclusive leads blanketing the entire TBC community. Oh, video. Okay. Right. Now, password recovery system built for new wallet. Remember, before you migrated, you were told multiple times to create your password and don't forget it. Write it down somewhere so you remember. Never rely on this. This don't work sometimes. Now, this is Jamie Torres' photo, and he's in the TBC 009 web wallet. So this is the new wallet. Now, this is about when you have a password, it's got one of those drop-down multiple choice questions. It's designed to jog a memory, okay? And when it does that, the most obvious questions is, what's your mother's maiden name? What's your father's first name? What was the name of the first street you lived in? What was the name of the school? What is your oldest sibling's middle name? What's your dog's name? What was your first pet? So this is one of those things. This, what was yours or your sibling's childhood nickname? And you know what? Just say English is not your first language. You can put your password in the language of your choice, because at the end of the day, it's still a password. So for all those who's has English as their second language, that's when doing passwords are brilliant, because nobody would be ever able to understand what you're talking about. So enter your password and don't make the obvious choice of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at this person. They've got both upper and lower caps, and then all these, I don't know what you call them, keyboard strokes that are above the letters. Hard to do. So obviously this person speaks English as their second language. I think that's, no, I'll be guessing. Now has a password recovery system complete with security questions for your protection and peace of mind. But like I said before, it is best if you write down your passwords and also the question and answer to the security system, and keep that in a safe place in case you forget it. TBC is money. Money you need to protect. Right. And this is where I write down all my passwords. Write it down. I use this because I don't rely on memory. Memory to me is a big mistake. Do not rely on your memory. And that's a brilliant one. Okay. Seriously, ask everyone this question. I'm going back to have a look what the ladies is talking about in the chat room. And a big hello to Andaria Medlock. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Oh, there's lots of conversations going on with these ladies. Yes, they are talking about who's migrated and who's able to attend broadcasts. And they're busy ploughing through their leads that they have been given. Actually, we're all pretty much doing the same thing with our leads. So thank you, ladies. Now, oh, this is such a good one. Does anybody know what a Google Sheet is? Okay. One of our members Have I got, oh no, I haven't got time. I'll just have to leave that one there, but it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. When I used to work in Sydney, I used to work for Energy Australia Power Company. Now, the system they used, it was a brand new system. It was Lotus Notes. But that is when I first learned how to mail merge. Now, in this one here is has shown us how to utilize Google Sheets. It's another form of Excel spreadsheets, okay? But with Excel, there's two ways of doing things with Excel when you're entering the information in. You can do it manually, item by item, or you can bulk enter everything. Now, the problem when you bulk enter with Excel spreadsheet is there's usually squares or cells that, you know how you get the cells and they're all compressed together. Well, you've got to go back into it and then start separating them. But with Google Spreadsheets, I think I can do it here. Google Sheets. But there are other things that you've got to load down as well. So now this is quite interesting because you have a list of options that you could download. There's the normal, the sample sheet, the blank spreadsheet. I would go with the blank spreadsheet because you don't want anything that's already got any headers on. Because when you're going to transfer work from one cell to another cell, you want to utilize what you've got instead of what a normal template gives you. Let's see if I can download it and see if it works for me. No, I'm going to have to look into this again for you. I think I've missed something. Anyway, I'll get back to looking at that. I think I've got 5 more minutes, enough time. I'll have a look at the chat room, see where they are at. Oh, Jules, I already got GMS. Maybe we'll if you've got yours up, because I had already actually done mine before Darren came out with his video. So by the time I saw his video, I had already loaded mine down to Excel spreadsheet, and then from there filtered out the ones I didn't need up against the ones that got back to me. And then I saw his video, but I had already had GMS from Google, the Google store. I don't know how I had it or why I had it, but at least I've got it, and it's just sitting there. All these little tricks of the trade that help you out. What I found GMS is just having a quick look at. and going back to my previous job with Energy Australia, is they both mail merge. So it's just click, click, done. Instead of click, 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 click. So it just saves you a lot of entering, data entering. Yeah. Yeah, GMS, you go to your desktop and then it's in those little Google icons. It's in the Google store, and you just type in GMS and there it is, and it's all about mail merge. There's a lot of things I learnt in administration, but since I haven't worked for a couple of years, you tend to forget, especially if you're not utilising those tools all the time. And I have forgotten. So yes, Indira, there is. I wish somebody would. Actually, we should have a crash course on, because this is pretty much the basics. But it's just a matter of coordinate time zones, because we're all spread out throughout the world. I don't know where Indira is. I know where Jules is and Chilkatai is, and they all know where I am, but we're all in different time zones. So having a crash course on administration would be good. So that is what on earth is this? Important updates are pending. Good. I hope it doesn't cut me out while I'm in. I'll just do that, get rid of it. So it's one. Oh my gosh, Indira, so sorry. It's 1 a.m. in California. Oh my gosh. So it's 1 a.m. where she is. It's 4:29, nearly 4:30 p.m. in Perth time. And I'm guessing, is it 8:30 where you are, Jules Ann? Because they are 4 hours ahead of Perth time. But when they go into daylight saving, they are 5 hours ahead of us. So having a training session is never, ever, ever, ever going to happen. Oh my gosh. And this is what happens, yes, 8 p.m. when you're away from the blog. There's so many posts that have come out. The private group, what private group? Okay. I just have to talk about this. I didn't think I was in my share screen, but I just want to talk about this, even though I'm going over time. Here it is. The private group, the Bilderbergers, are having another annual meeting to discuss how they will rule the world. I have no idea. Now, who wears the berets? I always thought the Frenchmen do. SM claims Bilderberg benevolent despite once claiming it didn't exist. What's going on? Private group. Well, you know what I'm going to do, don't you? Yep. I'll Google it and then I'll go to YouTube and find out who this lot is pretending who they are. I don't know. Interesting. Anyway, I'll stop sharing, see what my ladies are doing. Oh, it's the elite. Oh. I have an interesting talk tomorrow. I don't know if I can get it all in 30 minutes. I was watching a movie last night, but I have to write this down and get it word perfect because for me, relying on my memory, oh no, it's not going to happen. Makes for good research. My daughter actually said to me, Mum, you have to watch this movie. And I said, what is it in line with? And she said, everything else that you seem to be investigating with TBC. And she said, I thought TBC was about the change of currency or the coin. And I said, it is. But for some strange reason, we have delved into a place where I've never been before as to why we are doing this and how we have gotten into this situation. I mean, a couple of years ago when Greece economy nearly collapsed, it was fine. I don't think I took too much interest. I knew that, the country, what I really saw, the first thing I saw was when the people went to the bank the next day and to the ATM machines and they were locked out of the bank. They were literally locked out of their accounts. They were literally locked out of their money. They could not get access to their money. The government had suddenly claimed all their savings accounts. Any money that was on banks held throughout Greece, the government stepped in. Now, isn't it funny? In Venezuela, they've gone down the same road. They are just hanging. Their economy is hanging by a thread. And I'm talking about a cotton thread. Now, why? They too are corrupt. The government, I'm saying. But the one thing they have of abundance of, and I could not see why. Me as a Perth car driver got stung because of what's happening in Venezuela. Well, one thing that country has, and it even eclipses all the Middle East, those rich oil countries, is oil. This is what Venezuela has. Lots and lots and lots of oil. So much abundance, it eclipses the Middle East. What they don't have is a strong government to guide them out of where they are today, bring them forward. And this is how ridiculous it is. In Venezuela, they cannot buy food. They cannot buy food because the money that they've got, that everything that the printed money isn't worth the paper it's written on. But they can fill up their car for under $1. Now, so what does that mean? Well, countries like Australia who depend on another country for oil, we get stung at the petrol bowser. And it went up overnight yesterday. It actually climbed 30 cents in one day. So we went from, okay, compared to New Zealand, ladies, I know you're going to say something, but we went from $1.22 to possibly $1.27. Today is Tuesday. So $1.22 to today, $1.70. That's a massive hike. There's no justification why the oil minister has risen the price, unbeknown to anyone why it's gone up so high. The answer is they're going to blame it on Venezuela. So, another country that will fall. They can't bail it themselves out, so their economy out. This is where they say there's mass killings going on in the extreme poor parts of that country. I cannot believe it, but I just heard a jet go over my house. Jets don't fly over my house because I'm in a no-fly zone. What is going on? That's crazy. $2.05, $2.19. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. I won't moan about $1.73. Yeah, I'm going to moan about $1.73. Gosh, that's a huge hike. But of course, nothing compared to New Zealand. I actually thought about going and buying me a push bike, you know. And blow me down. I went shopping today, and outside in the bike stand, there was those old, but you know, the latest push bike. It's what I would call a lady's shopping bike because it's got the basket on the front. It's got the curved frame compared to the Y frame or the V frame. So it is a proper ladies' riding bike. I'm going to go and invest in one of those. At least I'll get fit and healthy and probably rained on, but I don't know. Oh, you heard that plane too. It's a raid, duck under the desk. That's funny. Okay, I'm going to end here. Thank you, my lovely ladies, for joining me this afternoon. Without you keeping me company, I would definitely be talking to the World Wide Web by myself. But thank yous for keeping me company today. And we'll do it again tomorrow. I promise I'll tell you all about that movie I watched and how I can tie it into TBC. So this is Sharon Weller from Perth, Australia, saying good night to all. Bye. Okay, I have to stop sharing my screen. And I've done it wrong. Bye.